My name is Angelo Estrada, and I am from Jersey City. I was raised in the Italian village. I lived two blocks down from Casa Colombo, and my mother was from Italy, from Reggio Calabria. And my father was Hispanic, and he was a teacher, and he spoke Spanish. But mainly because I am from here, from the Italian village. I was raised as a little Italian boy. So they would always call me, my name's Angelo, and they would call me Angelino, and they would call me, the blue-eyed boy, Angelino. Now, at that time, we had this whole area was full of Italian stores, and they even had a poultry place up here on the corner where you went and you had to pick like the chicken that you wanted, the rabbit, the duck. And as a little boy, I found that to be really, my mother would say, okay, I want that chicken. And they would actually take the chicken and kill it right there. So that was one of my memories. And that store lasted till the 70s, believe it or not. And it was very popular. This whole area, people spoke Italian. People spoke Italian, even though people spoke dialect, they understood each other. Now, there was a time when there were like 20,000 Italians that lived in this area. And our church was a Holy Rosary, and it was a very exciting time because Jersey City had many neighborhoods. It would have a Polish neighborhood, it would have an Irish neighborhood. It depended on the church, or a Spanish neighborhood. So it was just like really. So I grew up here feeling really safe and feeling loved and feeling cared for. And when somebody was sick in the family, the neighbors and everybody took care of that person, or made sure that when my mother was sick several times, made sure that I ate. So that was really that was a wonderful part about it. So the Italian presence is still here. But when I was a kid, I used to come to Casa Colombo. They used to have parties here. They used to have all things going on. But even though my mother was not really actively involved, like in events and things of that sort, she would attend, and she had me. She was very proud of the Italian culture, so she made sure that I learned about the Italian culture. Whereas there was an issue with teachers saying to my mother, "Don't teach him Italian because you're going to confuse him. And you're an American now. He has to be Americanized." And luckily, my mother did not follow that. The Cucci Club was an Italian center here, which is about 2 blocks up. It was an Italian center in the 60s and 70s and part of the 80s. It was a civic association, and they really helped out Italians. And here, when Italians would come from Italy, the Cucci organization would help find them jobs. The Holy Rosary Festival is in August. It's for 5 days, and thousands of people come from all over that were born and raised in Jersey City, from Massachusetts, Connecticut, from Florida, California. So it's amazing, and they come back because they want to reminisce of what Jersey City used to be like. Yeah, as a kid, we used to play stickball, and it was everybody got involved in stickball, even adults, even adult men, and we also played bocce ball. Now, when we played, we didn't say, okay, you can't play. Everybody was invited to play. Then we had like mothers that had Kool-Aid ready for us, had sandwiches. They would just see us outside playing. And we always, here, the big thing was the stoop. People hung out on the stoops years ago during the 50s, 60s, and 70s. People, that was the big thing. So everybody just went with the warm weather. And also at night, we would light everything up. And at night, we would eat outside if it was a nice evening. There was a camaraderie, and we also had dances. And Holy Rosary was like the unifying presence here in Jersey City, because everybody would meet at Holy Rosary. And we also had church services. The church services would be packed, and there would be like, like on Sundays, there would be like three or four masses, and the whole church would be packed. And then after that, we would eat outside of Holy Rosary. If you go to a Holy Rosary festival, you'll see people dancing, you'll see people smiling, you'll see people like really especially. And I am from here, and I know all the old timers. They have a certain look about themselves. They have a certain way of speaking, of expressing themselves, and people miss that. People miss that. Now, some of the people were rather what they call raw, and that's part of being Italian down here in downtown Jersey City. Growing up here at Casa Colombo as a kid and as a teenager, Casa Colombo was very, very Italian-centered, because most of the people were here Italian Americans. Right now, coming into the future, we have become more, more welcoming with everybody, and we try to make people of all nationalities and all background feel welcomed at Casa Colombo.